how much he means to the people of India, because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone.
Bollywood films. I mean, I feel like we drew inspiration from the color and the movement.
You know, Bollywood films and Eastern cinema in general is the most important thing to me. So that's really where I take my inspiration for Superman. It's from Bollywood movies.
This is Akash Bhattacharya from Hindustan Times. He's magic, she's marvelous, and today they are both joining me in a conversation on Hindustan Times. So, James and Rachel, welcome to, I would say welcome to India, and I'm bringing a lot of love from India to both of you. And I would start with James, why do you think the story of Superman deserves a retelling again, and how did you kind of ensure that it doesn't become just another footnote in the Superman legacy and actually has a fresher perspective to it?
Well, I think, the part of the answer to that question is the fact that it really isn't a retelling. This is the new telling of a different part of Superman's life that we hadn't seen before. This is a part of Superman's life where he's been Superman for about 3 years, and he is beginning his relationship with Lois Lane, played by the wonderful Rachel. And she isn't really sure where her head's at this point in time. She's dating an alien from another planet. She's like, this is weird. I like this guy. He's really cute. But, is this really going to go somewhere? He is an alien. And so I think we're seeing a part of their lives that we've never seen before.
Okay. And Rachel, I must say that for me, Lois is a character that kind of shows that in a world where man have superpowers and technology at their disposal, she can be a symbol of hope on her own just with the might of a pen. So for you, how important does it become as an artist as well as someone who's trying to maybe do something more with their craft to portray female characters with such agency and urgency?
Well, I feel like one of the reasons why these characters have endured, and this story in particular has endured, but I suppose all superhero stories, all fantasy stories, is because they show us that it might be possible that there are aliens with superpowers who want to join humanity and other superheroes who can save us, but that there are everyday superheroes who walk among us. And as a journalist, Lois is one of those people. And I think these stories encourage all of us to find that courage, the strength to explore what it means to be human and how we can bring that shot in the arm of hope into our real world. Metropolis in some ways is so far from the world we live in, and in some ways it isn't at all. And I think Lois and characters like Jimmy and the rest of the Daily Planet crew, and even Lex in some way, are the audience's way into the world too.
But because Lois is a character that has been loved and adored by the audiences worldwide, with every time she has come on screen in comics, anywhere, do you feel the pressure of taking on that legacy forward?
I think the minute we start thinking about the responsibility too much, we might be crushed under the pressure. We're taking the responsibility seriously, and I feel like it feels like theater sometimes, in that these characters have been portrayed in animation, been drawn by so many brilliant artists, have been played by other actors. They've laid a roadmap for us, and we know that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. And we also feel a great responsibility to the fans who have loved these characters for generations. And so there is a responsibility, but I feel like at some point all we can do is trust in our writer and director, do our homework, and show up and try to do our best.
Those are pretty good answers. I'm kind of surprised. I haven't seen her do an interview until right now, and she's
What's so surprising about it?
Well, usually you're just sort of, you know what I mean?
Real dumb.
We love you.
You're real. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So surprised.
No.
But James, I have to ask you, so the superhero genre in India has seen a spike in the last few years, and one thing that is connecting well with the audiences is the going back to the history of roots and mythology and everything that is connected. What is your take on it, kind of taking that references and building that connection? And is it something that Indian cinema and superhero genre, something you would want to invest in, or maybe your time, your energy, and your creativity?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I am incredibly grateful for the Indian fans, and I talk to you guys all the time online, and there's so many of you, obviously, and so many fans of Superman who love Superman, and he means so much to them. And that isn't lost on me when I'm making this movie about how much he means to the people of India, because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone. He cares about everyone on this planet. Every life is sacred. And he's somebody who brings us together and makes us more alike than different in every way. There's no difference between any of us, except for Rachel. She's really different.
Really different and really difficult.
Really difficult.
Yeah.
No, she's not difficult. So I mean, it means a lot. And I think that the mythology of Superman is important to me, the iconography of Superman. Yeah. This is a character who is a character. And first of all, I treat him as such. He's a real person to me. So we need to get to know him in a deeper way. But that's also sort of the fun of this movie is taking the mythology and the iconography of Superman and taking it apart and seeing who Superman is as a human being. Because there is, of course, this overwhelming, world-threatening battle that takes place in this movie. But at the same time, it's really about Superman's journey, about his relationship to Lois, his relationship to Lex Luthor, and most of all, his relationship to himself.
Yeah.
That's the most important part of the movie.
Yeah, and lastly, Rachel, I must say, from all Indian fans, are we going to see an Indian film soon? Because that is something we have been waiting for, is an Indian collaboration on Cards.
Oh, it would be such a great honor. I mean, we talked all the time working on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel about Bollywood films. I mean, I feel like we drew inspiration from the color and the movement. It would be a dream. When? Do you have one for me?
I'll talk to the makers then.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but thank you so much, James and Rachel. And I am hoping that we get to see an Indian actor also be a part of your story.
I would love that. I would love to see an Indian actor, but I would also love to have Indian, filmmaking collaborators. Yeah, collaborators. Thank you.
I bring you down.
Yeah, you help me. She gives me words. That's the main thing she does. It's seeing Indian collaborators who, we at DC Studios, we think that there are heroes all over this world that we could focus on, and filmmakers from all over the world that could tell their stories within the DCU. Who's our Indian superhero and who are Indian filmmakers that want to be a part of this universe. That's important to us. We've already got things started in, Korea and in Japan and Brazil. And so it would be great to collaborate with some Indians on. And also, by the way, Bollywood films and Eastern cinema in general is the most important thing to me when I'm telling stories. The thing that those films give to me is that they aren't afraid of having a movie that has heart, that has drama, but that's also funny, has music. All of those things are beautiful. And that is what life is, right? Life is all of those things. Life isn't one genre. And so that's really where I take my inspiration for Superman, is from Bollywood movies.
Thank you so much, and hopefully India soon.
Thank you.